Hey up everyone, how's it going? There's a reason why I've got Cinebench up today, and the reason is I am upgrading to a beautiful 3900X. It's not really focusing, there we are. This is beautiful. This is basically AMD's second best consumer processor. Well, for what I need it for, because I'm going to be editing videos on that. So let's test the 2700X first, which I've currently got in, and then we'll swap it out with this, and then it'll all be beautiful. Right, if we just go to multi-core, which is the main one I care about, 1950X, which is also 16 cores, that's a first gen Threadripper. My new CPU should eat that alive. Now we're just testing it. This is the R23 as well. Not only am I expecting way better multi-core performance, more than double in fact, I'm actually expecting a slight bump in single core performance as well, so for games as well they might run a bit better. However, for Premiere Pro it's going to have a massive difference. I use Premiere Pro to edit, and I know that they've got NVENC support now, which is really good. I don't use it for rendering, because I believe, I may be wrong, but I believe the rendering quality is better if you do it software only. Okay, our Cinebench tests are done, and the 2700X scored 9420 in Cinebench, which is still a very respectable score. Okay, we've got the PC down in the workstation now. Even got our trusty light. But first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take out the graphics card. It's just going to get into the way, and then we can tackle the cooler. Okay, out you come. Right, now we can tackle the cooler. Now the GPU's out of the way, it's just I can move my hands freely now instead of having to get them trapped all behind the GPU. But right, okay, cooler it is. What we need to do is we need to get these little metal brackets off. So what I tend to do is just pull it like that. And then I do use my hands a bit, but it is kind of a pain, because these coolers aren't exactly easy to take off. I also didn't mention you should remove the RAM, so out it comes, because that's just going to get in the way as well. Okay, right, to get the cooler out, there are screws either side right there, if I can actually get in there. And it's a bit dark down there, but there as well, and that'll take the whole cooler off. Sometimes you've got to use the right tools for the job. So we're going to use the big Be Quiet screwdriver, if I can actually get it in there, and there we go. That is coming out beautifully. It's actually quite a nice screwdriver, that Be Quiet included with this cooler. This isn't a cooler review or anything, it's just a good cooler. Kind of overhangs your RAM though, it's kind of annoying. There we go, we can take that off. Nice and magnetic on there, and now time to get it off. Oh yeah, I forgot about that bit. But yeah, the thermal paste actually held up pretty well. So I now know the Arctic MX4 is truly worthy. So what I'm going to do now is just put that down there and inspect the CPU as well. That is looking pretty good, that thermal paste. I did put quite a lot on, but hey. Okay, let's dribble some on there. I did probably put a bit too much on. Yeah, I did. Oh well, it won't hurt. And we just come in here and scrape it all off. It's better to do it when the CPU's in the socket because of all the delicate pins. You don't want to get breaking anything. It's just good to know that it's nice and secure in the socket, and you just clean it off. I am planning to sell this CPU as well, so I'd rather not destroy it. Also, don't forget to do the cooler. So yeah, I kind of ruined it on this go. Yeah, but essentially just clean the cooler. Okay, now let's get the 2700X out. This is all you do. It is pretty easy. Just do a bit of a click when you take that out, and voila. Okay, we can now get this beauty installed. And this goes in here just like so. Should just drop straight down into there. Give it a tiny wiggle, put the arm down, and you're all sorted. 3950X is installed and it looks beautiful. Now we can put on some thermal paste, so let's get that done. We just add about, I don't know, that's not a lot. I know some of you watching are saying that's quite a bit, and yeah, it kind of is. Oh well, it'll be alright. Okie dokie, cooler's in, RAM's in, we can put the cooler in there. Not the cooler. The graphics card. Ah, you big bastard. Now is the moment of truth, so I'm going to turn it on now. Beautiful. Now I'm just going to spam delete to get to the BIOS. This 570 fans are really loud, especially on boot up. Okay, all the lights are coming on. Hey, right, okay, BIOS has been reset. Please reconfigure BIOS. That's perfect because we've got a new processor. And that'll load into the BIOS. Perfect. Right, if we go to system info, 3950X. Isn't that beautiful? Okay, what I'm going to do now is enable XMP and all that sort of stuff. And we'll get this PC running. Ah, yes. 16 cores, 32 threads, 64 megabytes of L3 cache. It is beautiful. One thing though, AMD and Corsair, you really need to sort out your memory compatibility. Cannot get this above 2666, it will just crash in blue screen. 2666, perfectly fine. So yeah, they are Corsair Dominator Platinums as well, which is some of the best memory you can buy, but I'm not sure if it's the memory. I know it's not the memory controller now, I know it's not the board either. It might be some sort of compatibility. I haven't updated the BIOS, and to be honest, I can't quite be bothered. Look at all them threads go. Woohoo! That is much quicker than the 2700X. And we've got our voltages here. Only 1.1 volts actually. 1.15. That is pretty decent. Temp's creeping up a bit, but that'll be okay. 130 watts usage, and all usages is on 100%. This is absolute worst case scenario. I'm actually maintaining about 4 gigahertz. Went up to 4.2 there. I'd say about 4 gigahertz on average. This is incredible. This is some proper computing power. Look how much better it is than that. That's got the same amount of cores and threads, and that's a Threadripper. This is insanity how fast this CPU is. Okay, we've done the Cinebench and the score is godly. 22,571. With the little notes I've got here, the 2700X only scored 9420. So Jesus, this is one powerful CPU. Got up to 83 degrees C, not too bad actually considering it's air cooled. I might leave the LEDs on orange, it looks beautiful. But yeah, really happy with the performance. I'm sure I'll just be scything through video editing. And now I can get a Gen 4 drive as well. So yeah, that is the video. It's not a very long video, but yeah, just going over sort of upgrading my CPU, and it's really at a nice 4.1 gigahertz at the minute. So yeah, if you like the video, like it. If you liked it even more, subscribe, and